Great viewers, this is Mark Tomavik coming with another video. Today we're going to go over and open the real great Evangelion Production Model 02 or Eva Unit-02 for short from the anime series Neon Genesis Evangelion. Now right after reviewing Unit 1, I want to see how Unit 02 is. And also it got me a little bit curious. I really did enjoy that. Enjoyed the Unit 1 build, so let's see how this one is. But for those who are not familiar with my channel, whenever I build a kit, I tend to do it in three videos. The first one, I go over the kit, where it originated from, manga, anime, so on and so forth. Give a brief history of the mobile suit, or in this case, the humanoid decisive weapon and artificial human. And then I'll open the box, see the contents, read through the instructions. Second video, go over the parts, body, legs, arms, head, weapons, so on and so forth. And the other accessories that come with the kit. In the final video, I fully assemble the kit, give my final thoughts, the good, the bad, everything else in between, and of course, if that is a kit worth getting. So with that, before I continue, I may share some spoilers from the anime series Neon Genesis Evangelion. So warning right now. Skip over just a few minutes, and I'll do my very best to make a timestamp down below so that way you know I will just go over talking about the box. But with that being said, let me give a brief history of Evangelion or Eva Unit-02. Now, even though this is the Eva Unit-02, this is actually the third Evangelion completed, the first production model Evangelion. The design of Unit-02 supposedly rectifies the mistakes made during the construction of prototype Unit-00 and test type Unit-01, making it the first Evangelion built specifically for combat against the Angels. It is piloted by Asuka Langley Soryu. And I'm hoping I'm going to butcher some words here, so I do apologize. Speaking of Asuka, I mentioned to some of the people of the anime Evangelion, and apparently Asuka is actually one of the top favorites, and I can understand why. After watching the series, Asuka was kind of brash, but also very confident. But as the story continues, you kind of learn that she's actually a little bit insecure about a few things, but she hides it well by being a little brash. But because of that, it just makes her feel more human. Whereas the main protagonist, Shinji Ikari, just seems a little bit emotional during certain points of the series. Whereas Asuka, I feel like she is confident, brave, but also when she shows signs of insecurity, makes her more human in my opinion. So that's why, to me, she's one of my favorite characters in the series. But moving on. Unit-02's production model Evangelion uses the same armor arrangement as the succeeding Unit-3 and Unit-04 along with the upgraded Unit-00. All Evangelion using this arrangement have the same shoulder pylon design with the exception of the mass production Evangelions, which they don't have shoulder pylons, and Evangelion Unit 1, which has a slightly different shoulder pylon design, and a 5V shaped armor plates on their torso. Although Unit-02 has the jaw and mouth, when armored, these cannot open to the same extent as those on Unit 1, Unit 3, or Unit 4, and so there's no hinged jaw piece in the helmet. Instead, the helmet has movable sections that can shift to cover or uncover the Evangelion eyes. Unit-02's soul is that of Kyoko Zeppelin Soryu. For this reason, her daughter, Asuka Langley Soryu, was chosen as her pilot. However, only the portion of Kyoko's soul containing her maternal aspects was absorbed into the Eva. As a result, while Kyoko physically survived the contact experiment with Unit-02, she was driven clinically insane and had to be institutionalized, profoundly affecting her young daughter Asuka. Evidence suggests that the remainder of Kyoko's soul was salvaged into Unit-02 following Kyoko's suicide. During a scene in episode 25, again, spoilers ahead, where Asuka learns her mother is inside Unit-02. Kyoko repeats, "You mustn't die, you must live, you're alive. Several times, however, the familiar "Please die with me," as heard in episode 22 and 25, flashback sequence, is mixed in twice among her inspirational words, suggesting that the insane Kyoko and the maternal Kyoko were incorporated back together. When Asuka found out that Unit-02 had a soul of her mother, this actually occurred during the end of Evangelion. The final combat operation occurred during that time. Now, during this time, the Evangelion or Eva-02 entered a elevated power state somewhat similar to Berserk mode from Unit-01, with Asuka seeming to achieve an unusually high sync ratio. The Eva easily destroyed tanks and freaking in that lake, but has its umbilical cables severed during the fight and is forced to switch into battery power. In the subsequent if I can talk, during that battle against the mass production Evangelions, Unit-02 severely damages all 9 of them in a little bit more than 3 minutes, only to be struck down by the replica spear of Longinus. If I'm saying that right. Just as battery runs out of power. The MP Evas reactivate, or mass production Evas, reactivate and proceed to mutilate and disembowel Unit-02. Afterwards, Unit-02 goes into a strange variation of the unpowered Berserk state for the first and final time before being struck by 8 more spears, the last of which strikes the core. The dismembered corpse of the Eva is later seen being carried by the mass production Evangelions and is ultimately dropped onto the floor of the Geofront, where it stares with dead eyes up at the events unfolding in the sky. Because of the last battle, or the end of Evangelion, that's where I really became a big fan of Asuka. So I did warn about how Evangelion is when I was reviewing Unit-01. So, but hey, you can take my opinion for life, but if you want to check it out, by all means. But just forewarned that the anime can be a little bit confusing. But that's enough of the background of Unit-02. Let's get straight to the box. So you can see here, just like many other real grade kits, you have the close-up of the head, and of course you have a full body of the kit itself. So we can get a closer look. It says here that Bandai Spirits 2020, made in Japan. So give you a rough idea of when this first came out. This is 175 millimeters, so same as Eva Unit 1. Give you some poses and some close-ups on the head. Also, it shows here when the legs are open, just like how it was in Eva's Unit-01. Gives off some accessories or just gimmicks in his legs. Also shows some muscle details as well. Pyro of the runners, and of course Eva Unit-02. Side of the box, same as the front. And back here shows more poses, the weapons, and all different types of hand parts, just like how Eva Unit 1 had. So that's kind of nice too. No glue required. And of course, small parts not for children under 3 years of age. Even though the plastic model kit is best for ages 15 and up. And right here, Bandai-hobby.net. So I can give a link down below to find this, and also other links as well. So there's a box. So let's open up and see what we find. So we got here a translucent part, just like the one in Unit Eva-01, or Eva Unit, yeah. You know what I mean? It seems like some of these parts are pretty identical to that of Eva Unit 1, but just different colors. So that was purple, this is red. Smaller parts looks like for the chest, and maybe some for the ladies as well. A mixture of different colors here for various parts of the body, I would say. Same thing, a lot more, I would say, a little bit more smaller runners. Just my take. Yeah, I think there's actually more small runners than they were in Eva Unit 1. Still pretty nice. And there's that umbilical cable. Okay, this is for the body, and I think some of these white pieces are for the arms, the forearms specifically. More runners for, I would say, the shoulders right here. Maybe for the body, maybe for weapons as well. So excited for that. Here are some different hands. More small parts. Yep, more smaller. Yeah, I would say this kit definitely has a lot more smaller runners than the Eva Unit 1 had. So still, kind of nice that this actually, I would say there's probably more colors in this kit than there were in Eva Unit 1. More hands here, seem like that's a piece for the weapon. You have a decal sheet. It looks like a difference. Like I think all these are stickers, but these are probably the main ones to consider, and these are just extra. More pieces for the, I would say, arms and legs. It looks like this piece for some knives, some weapons there as well. And those are all the pieces. As for here, we have the instruction manual. It looks like there's actually more runners. I believe Eva Unit 1, I think, had A through M or A through N. This is A through T. But as I stated before, there's a lot more smaller runners than they are bigger ones. So obviously that's the reason why. There's some pieces I won't be using, so I wonder if they're similar to Eva Unit 1, so I'll be sure to check that out later. So you can see here, just like how it was in the other kits, the main body is colored. Still don't come side in that they don't tell you which runners you'll be needing to make the part. But at the same time, it's not too difficult. You can tell runner C, runner I, runner O, so on and so forth. Also gives you some boxes to check for articulation or how some pieces are supposed to be. Seems like building the body here is a little bit longer than the body of Eva Unit 1. And just like the other instruction manual, the body was colored, but the head is not. And neither are the legs. So that's black and white. Also a moving check to see if all the pieces are working well with each other, and gives a nice 180-degree bend. It's like the arms are black and white also, so no color in the arms. But at least you got some pictures here to show some poses, so that's kind of nice. Shows more about the arms and the shoulders. And shows the weapons. One more page. It also shows here of the umbilical cable, how that was properly connected. So that's kind of nice there. And you have a decal sheet of where all the decals are supposed to go, along with a color palette or color chart on the bottom. So in case you ever want to clear coat or paint over these pieces, you're more than welcome to. Yeah. There's your manual and all the pieces that come with this kit. If you're looking forward to build this kit, Eva Unit 1 was fun in its own right, so we want to see how this one turns out. And who knows, if this is also good, I may get to Unit-00. We shall see. But still, though, I am, again, looking forward to build this kit and see how it compares to the other one. But with that, thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more video updates. And also comment down below if you have any questions. I'll do my very best to answer them. My social links are down below, Reddit and Instagram, and there are 2 videos here. One is the final video for the Eva Unit 01 review, and one is here that YouTube picked out for your viewing pleasure. So again, thank you all for watching. Until next time, keep on building.